Hey guys. Yeah, I realized I don't know, I stuffed up my streaming today. Instead of scheduling it, I just launched the stream for some reason, somehow. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, we are in fact going to be streaming some Warhammer today. Sorry about the weird dead start there. But yeah, I was wanted to play a new campaign for 6.2.1. Um, and I wanted to, my idea was that I wanted to try with the minor faction setting on, um, but I'm not sure what faction I wanted to do it. So with the minor factions boosted, basically, it's good for like if you want to play like Tyrion or you want to play Reichland and you want to, have the minor factions be like a major force in your campaign, rather than just kind of get wiped out straight away. So yeah, so I was thinking basically of going either Tyrion or Karl Franz, basically. And then sort of playing a kind of minor factions allies kind of thing. But I mean, I'm open to other ideas. We could either do a different faction where, same thing, where we like have a minor factions being like strong and trying to like, 'cause I guess, yeah, you could go like Karl Franz and try to keep the elected council alive, which is one of my favorites, which I'm kind of leaning towards because I wouldn't mind just doing every now and again when there's a new patch, I just like to do like a baseline Karl Franz campaign just to like, see what the state of the play is. So I mean, maybe that's the best thing to do. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could also do, if you want to do a vassals minor factions kind of base thing, then you can also go with Chaos Warriors, which is kind of what I was doing with Valkyr, I guess. Have lots of vassals, have your vassals be quite strong, stuff like that. But it doesn't, I don't know, it's not as, the roleplay kind of aspect of it is not as strong with Valkyr because she doesn't really care about her vassals that much. Realm of Chaos Dwarfs. Now I wanna try out the 6.2.1 patch in Warhammer, proper Warhammer. I'm not really, that's not really in line with what I'm trying to do. So thanks for the suggestion there, SG. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about if we're gonna play Tyrion, we could do Tyrion like melee only Tyrion maybe or something like that, just to spice things up again, spice things up a bit. And that would also make make your allies more meaningful. But yeah, I'm not sure with Karl Franz though. I feel like I just want to play like vanilla Karl Franz basically. I don't really know what else I would want to do that would be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other factions. So like I guess my main idea is, yeah, playing something like kind of like the Empire, playing Reichland, where you kind of keep the elected council alive and stuff, and rely on your minor settlements, rely on the minor factions to be good allies. So I don't know, like maybe another faction. I don't know if there's another faction that would work. Something like that sort of style of campaign would work well with. Maybe dwarfs. Try to like reclaim the holds. Kind of try to keep all the other factions of dwarfs alive. Yeah, we do okay with that. Yeah, so you can play like Thorgrim, try and keep Karaka Zul and Barak Var alive, and Zufbar. Yeah, and then just try to kind of get try to keep all the other minor factions alive, kind of thing. Or you can do the same thing, but with Belegar. Actually, Belegar would be better because with Belegar, then you can like but then you have to. There's no way to bring Karak Izor back to life, is there? Yeah, I don't know. Although somebody did have a good idea the other day of playing like Skarsnik, like This Is Total War Skarsnik, just as like a more of a like challenge campaign, kind of high difficulty type of thing. Just try to like figure your way out of it. That could be pretty fun. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling like dwarfs or empire would really be my, because I haven't played dwarfs for a while, so it's probably like nearly fresh dwarfs are nearly fresh. But so we're gonna do like a dwarf reclaim the hold minus minor factions focus kind of a thing. What would that, you know, entail? Just basically playing dwarfs the way I normally play them, except for try and keep the minor settlements alive, I guess. Basically. Which dwarf lord? Well, if I was gonna go for like playing as like trying to keep the minor factions alive, then yeah, I would probably want to play as either Ungrim, Thorgrim, or Belegar. And then I would probably confederate all the other non-kings. So I'd confederate like Ungrim, Thorek. Yeah, I'd confederate Ungrim, Thorek, and I suppose I could not confederate anybody. Yeah, I'd probably confederate Ungrim and Malachi for sure. And yeah, I'd maybe confederate Belegar, maybe not, depending. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Ulrich's wrath on them.
Hey, Hellsgate. Welcome.
To me, man.
I'm just putting together potential screenshots. But I haven't done dwarfs yet, so might have to do a dwarf one. Alright, well maybe we'll do a poll just to get things rolling. New campaign for 6.2.1. Thinking focus on minor factions. Do something strange like forming alliances with evil factions as dwarfs. Yeah, I know that is. I know a lot of people like that kind of perverse, disgusting action. But no, I'm not really into that one, Joe. Like, if there was like a storyline that went along with it, like a reason for it, like maybe I could get down with it, or if I was in a particular whimsical mood. But yeah, I don't know. Something in Tyrion melee. Yeah, it's just before. No worries. Yeah, no. If you can come up with like a specific scenario, maybe. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not really into it. So we got Tyrion melee only. Karl Franz, no elected confederations. We've got Thorgrim. Keep holds alive. Keep minor holds alive. And I don't know, is there anything else I mentioned? I mean, Chaos Dwarfs are always a good one. I mean, we can just play Astrogoth because, you know, fuck it. Just play Astrogoth, why not? You know. So I'm getting Tyrion melee only, Karl Franz with no elector count confederation, basically just my normal Karl Franz style. Thorgrim, keep trying to keep the minor holds alive, or we just play Astrogoth. How many people we got on Twitch? None, because I haven't started the Twitch stream yet. Excellent. Alright, start the Twitch stream. I'm having all sorts of trouble with my multiple output window. It keeps like disappearing into the ether. Gelt marries Elspeth campaign. When I saw new campaign, I thought it meant something like something was coming with the patch. Okay. Gelt and Elspeth would be a crazy power couple. They would. I don't know how open to romance either of them are though. Okay, well, first we've got 19 votes that have come in early on YouTube, and we've got 42% are interested in Tyrion melee only, 26% interested in minor hold, keep the minor holds alive. Not so many people interested in Karl Franz elected. No. What did the hotfix bring? Oh, I did a stream yesterday or the day before. Just called, you know, hotfix 6.2.1, where I went through it. There's a link. There should be a link. Yeah, there should be a link there pinned in the chat. Yeah, basically they fixed the
The Empire endures.
they fixed the selector button for the AI options so that it's not inside of endgame scenarios yet now. So before you have to have endgame scenarios activated, otherwise you wouldn't get the AI options activated. So they fixed that now. And they changed some stuff with the corn books to fix that up. That's really the main headlines. It was mainly, I think it was mainly the hotfix came in quickly to quickly fix the AI options and the corn books, which were not working for corn. But I think I'm kind of over the corn books now, because it's like they're not really that good to get that excited about it, unless you want to specifically do like a roleplay campaign based around getting the books and turning to corn, or, you know, playing a corn faction and getting the books to be ultimate corn. And like, so if you were going to base a roleplay campaign around the corn books, then it's fucked as well, because the RNG is so bad that, you know, you may never find the books. So yeah, I feel like the books are a bit fucked. Like, there's nothing I can really do with them, you know. It's either I do a roleplay campaign around them and I don't get the books and then it's fucked, or I just don't care about the books because they don't really affect, you know what I mean? Like, they're not really, I mean, you can get them, they'll probably, if you play a fairly long campaign, the books will probably drop at some point. And you can, like, you know, I guess that's sort of interesting, but it's not really, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really like, can't really base a campaign around it. So yes, I mean, they're still interesting, but I'm just not going to relate the, I'm not going to, base a campaign around them or something. Didn't they add the option to make the minor factions AI stronger recently? Yeah, that was in the patch before last, yeah. Patch 6.2. That's basically what I was thinking of trying out tonight. Basically playing like a major faction, and then kind of like trying to keep all the minor factions alive and make like a unified like basically trying to take advantage of the minor factions being boosted to, you know, like kind of utilize that, you know, to our advantage, sort of thing. Hey, Drastrix, Chaos Dwarfs. Well, if you want Chaos Dwarfs, you got to vote for them. Vote for those Chaos Dwarfs. Excuse me. Hey, Drastrix. Drastrazar Ruined Tongue needs to return. He does indeed. Thanks for the 6 months, man. I appreciate it. Put you on the roll of glory there for later. Who has the most minor factions? Ooh, I don't know, actually. What if you did something really weird, like keep the initial rebels Karl Franz is fighting alive and then ally with them? Yeah, have a metal accountant. How do you think, how do you see that, like, what do you see happening with that would be cool? Just as a handicap kind of thing? Got a new horse archer campaign? Sounds cool. Love me some Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, Chaos Dwarfs are just always like a kind of a go-to. You can just always play Chaos Dwarfs, it always works kind of thing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, most of these options I'm pretty keen on doing at some point. So if it looks like most people on, hey, Balbazoo. Yeah, no, I've just got a kind of screen cover up at the moment. I'm just, we're just getting ready. You don't need a reason to play Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, that's basically it, yeah. Sorry, I started the Twitch stream a little bit late. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, basically we're just discussing like what campaign to play. Looks like it's going to be Thorgrim today. But yeah, I guess we can get rid of the background. But yeah, there's nothing much happening. I'm just making a screenshot for the potential to play Thorgrim. But yeah, I think we're just about to get started with the Thorgrim campaign. Yeah, there was some initial interest for Tyrion, but now I think most people want to see Thorgrim. I kind of thought Karl Franz would rally, but Karl Franz is not rallied. I think if I left the poll running for like 2 hours, then eventually the poll would probably turn to Karl Franz. But that's right, we can do Karl Franz another time. Excuse me. All right, let's get this show on the road.
Let's show those reckoners what we can do.
Bit of sneezing. Sorry about that. Before the dwarf update, Chaos Dwarfs were my favorite, but now it's battle barges and deeps for you. Really? So do you end up going for having lots of battle barges in the late game? All right. No advantages other than intrigue to keep the secessionists alive. Maybe you could roleplay that the political divide, granting them Bretonian lands or some such. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know, you're kind of winning me over to the idea. It's like maximum minor factions, or even make extra minor factions. Want to see some white lines? Tyrion came out strong early on, but then yeah, then Thorgrim ended up taking the lead. Yeah, a lot of times I don't really mind too much what happens with the poll, because it's like, you know, I might really want to play Tyrion, but like if I wait longer, you get more anticipation, so it sort of makes it better anyway. So yeah, so we've got the dwarfs here. Yeah, so if we're going to try to have lots of minor faction allies, then the extra relations with dwarfs could be useful. Upkeep reduction, you know, all commandments have more powerful effects, gives them a little bit more growth, a little bit more money and stuff later on. But doesn't really make that much difference, I don't feel like, but you know, it is help. Extra decrees. I think he gets extra. One of the things cool about him is that he gets extra grudge bringer units as well, which is pretty cool. And of course he gets his bonuses for hammerers. But yeah, so today I want to try out this this faction potential thing. So we did actually have this on for the Valkyr campaign, but Valkyr is not really that like friendly, you know what I mean? How many factions can get you the heroes from the Skaven endgame crisis? 4. Empire, Bretonia, Dwarfs, and Wood Elves, I believe it is, Kimmo. Yeah, so we got the AI strength and threat assessment on. That should give you stronger sort of endgame enemies and stuff, like bigger enemy empires forming. However, one of the things that makes them form so fast is them smashing minor factions. So by having minor faction potential on, that kind of counteracts that a little bit. But if you want to be allied with minor factions, it can be quite disappointing if you don't have this on and all the minor factions just get fucking instantly rolled over by all the major factions. So yeah, so we want to basically have that on so that we can enjoy some minor faction action. What's the opposite to Control Z? How do you go forward again? Control Z is like undo. I forget how to go forward again now. All right. Control Y. Yeah, that's done. That's what I was looking for. Just had like a brain fart. Couldn't remember how to do it. Right. Didn't know Control Y was a thing. Learned something new. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. So 6.2.1 Thorgrim Keep the minor holds alive. Oh. Where did I... Okay. Alright, Twitch will change it as well. Alright, cool. Well, sorry for the delay, guys. Yeah, we'll just get some Thorgrim campaign going on now, and let's see how we go. Alright, so yeah, so basically we're going with all the default settings, except for we've just got minor faction potential ticked on. So by default, minor faction is off, and that gives the AI strength assessment thing, the ability to make the factions get a bit stronger, the enemies get a bit stronger. But minor faction is what we want this time because we want to keep those minor holds alive and use them as our allies. Hey, Zixes just gifted 5 Vested Man memberships. Thanks a lot, Zixes. You're a legend, man. Appreciate it. Super generous. I'll put you on the roll of glory along with Jarastra's ruined tongue. But yeah, thanks so much for the generosity. I really appreciate it. You're keeping the channel alive single-handedly. I've made it here from the start. I was watching your Valkyrie no book campaign earlier today. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I was thinking about continuing that, but then I thought, I don't know, it's a new hotfix. May as well start a new campaign to try the new hotfix. Plus, we already got short campaign victory with Valkyrie, so. Now I'm kind of annoyed about the whole no book thing. It's like every time I try to do a corn book themed campaign, I don't get the book, so it's like, yeah.
Aye, lad, what can I do? What needs to be done?
It doesn't take long to take down. Any melee flying unit will take down the copters, even though it's great at use against. Oh yeah, well, no factions have any melee flying units at the start when you're playing as dwarfs, so the gyros are pretty much invincible.
Destroy them.
But once the greenskins get their first wars, sometimes they get wyverns in their wars, and once you start getting like level 15 or whatever level it is that they get their flying mounts. For the greenskin lords, then they're annoying as well. But if it's only like 2 or 3, hey Chemo just subscribed as well for 5 months. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Didn't even notice it. Snuck it in there. Haven't played Dowie in a hot minute. Gonna need to again soon. Oh yeah, they're a really good faction now. Like they're pretty. Dowie used to be sort of second tier for me, but now they're definitely in my like kind of top tier, I would say, of factions I really like to play the most. Like they get rotated in pretty often. Thanks guys for the super chats and the memberships and everything. Appreciate it. But yeah, there's definitely once you get higher level, once you get to higher levels, that you definitely, and like once you expand out a little bit, you definitely run into more threats that make the gyros less, less dominant. But I still think for the opening, like right at the start, like to get a good head start, it's still the best thing is still to go gyros, I reckon. When you get thunder barges, aren't thunder barges tier 5?
quarrelers! Put those dwarven legs! Blow through! Nothing can stop us! Range far! Range fast! Nothing can stop us! Giant up on it! Go! Strike out! Understood, Lord! Move now! Move! Yes! Flow! Flow! Charge! Move! Giant up on it!
I'm just using shift 1 to control our bombs. Soften these guys up a little bit.
Giant up on it! Charge! Move now!
Alright, so delayed those guys to split the force, so now we only have to fight half at once.
Come on! Nothing can stop us! Thorgrim grudge bearer! Dwarves, ready axes! Dwarf warriors! Strike out! Oh, abundance! Go! Killers! Charge! Our fire undead! Cattle! Plow flow! Shoot! Hey! Range far! Range fast! Move now! War of vengeance! Ready to strike! Kazakan! Ah! Yes! Yes! Move! Plow flow! Kill them! Miners! Shoot the Wazzaks! Moving out! Go!
We get this Orc Lord yet? No.
Yes!
Still struggling.
Reach far! Reach fast! Chops away! Strike out! Gosh! Move! Right! Down! Go! Strike out! String them! Hammerers! Ready to serve! Range far! Range fast! Get them! Kazukan, Kazukin! Ha! The clans unite!
Should break those guys. Yeah, yeah.
Vengeance! Dwarf warriors! Yes, Lord! Preparing!
So yeah, so we want as many routers as we can get on these guys.
Ready to
Want to kill as many of these routers as we can.
Nothing can stop us! On the way!
Fortunately, dwarfs aren't very good at like chasing
Yes, Lord!
stuff.
Master engineer!
So unless you got a lot of gyros, you can't really get much Oath Gold from captives. But if you have big gyro armies, I mean that's the main reason why you really want big gyro armies, I reckon, so you can get shitloads of Oath Gold.
No!
I mean, apart from, I mean, it also makes it easy at the start to win.
Moving out! Miners! Down!
But yeah, I mean, even if you're even like kind of later on, I guess, when maybe the gyros are not quite as dominant, it's still cool to have them to run down routers and blow up routers and stuff, get more Oath Gold. But I don't know, it's not, yeah.
Range far! Range fast! Get moving!
Gonna help trying to stop these guys a little bit, help our infantry trying to catch them. They're not really going to catch them though, unfortunately. Fly forward and smoke the enemy artillery, indispensable versus Skaven and Greenskins. Oh man, yeah, Skaven can be nasty versus gyros as well with their rattling guns. the slow on the rattling guns and the their casters, you know, slowing you down. You just shot some friendly fire there. They made one of the most captive reliant races one of the worst at getting captives. Yeah, it's pretty shit. So yeah, I think we get one Earth Gold for every 8 captives. So it's like kind of sucks. You got to get a lot of captives to actually amount to much Earth Gold. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can have Slayers. They're kind of fast, but Dwarfs are like Nurgle, slow but tanky. Nah, Dwarfs are like, I don't know. They're slow, but they're very. I mean, they are tanky, but they're extremely high damage output as well. They're just slow. They're slow and they're tanky and they're high damage. But Nurgle has cavalry though. Nurgle has cavalry, I guess, and dwarfs have gyros. Dwarfs are very shooty, I would say. You can go for melee builds with dwarfs as well, but their artillery and guns and everything are so good that I feel like that would be the most definite difference between Nurgle and dwarfs. Like dwarfs don't have magic, Nurgle do, and Nurgle have healing as well, especially, which is especially interesting. And dwarfs are very shooty. Why do you always say that Nurgle used to be the undisputed strongest lore? Even if it was like objectively true that Nurgle was the strongest, I highly doubt that it was undisputed. And even if it was undisputed, how would you know that? Sorry, I don't know why I'm picking up that. Sorry, Badastries, I'm being a bitch. But anyway, do you want a 31 Oath Gold, or is that just too little to be worth worrying about? I will grab it. Always be Oath Golden. So yeah, we really need to get like 4 Lords rolling before the Oath Gold will really happen.
Take the realms. It is time. What?
So there's no point sacking because dwarfs have such shit sack that it doesn't even do anything, right?
Axe thirsts. I declare war.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that Nurgle's a good lore of magic. I'm just disputing how you could know that it is undisputed. Like, out of all of the hundreds of thousands of people that play the game in the world with different levels of different interests and different levels of knowledge of the game, how is it possible that none of them would dispute your assertion that Nurgle was the best of the game? I feel like that's highly, highly unlikely. So yeah, sorry, I was just having your use of the word undisputed. It's a figure of speech. Like literally. When you don't mean literally. Do I want to fight this battle or do I want to just take the auto? How low is the low? Let's see what happens. Oh, that's pretty good. So we get sacked for 600, but we'll get extra damage on the buildings. And we don't really need the money right now. See, if you'd said Nurgle was, I think Nurgle was one of the best, if not the best, but now they've nerfed it, so it's not quite as good. Then I think like everyone would agree with you. But when you say Nurgle is the undisputed best, then then you lose like a whole bunch of people that would have otherwise agreed with you. That's what that was my point. Literally undeniable. Exactly. It literally cannot be denied. Maybe we should go for a bit of red line today. Actually, maybe lightning strike. Should we rush lightning strike so that we can have better chance of not dying against greenskins? I feel like I need it before I can get to it though. Yeah, I will need lightning strike, but I reckon I'll need it before I can actually unlock it. But I guess I'll still need it after that as well.
Send me to vengeance. Yes.
Right. Excuse me. All right, so what do we want to do first? Money? And oath gold? How is it? 200. I want to get the oath gold rolling straight away, but then more money is always good too. If you were to choose one law of magic for Dowie only and only one, would it be old Nurgle magic pre-nerf, or would it be any other law? I would choose no magic, because dwarfs don't use magic. That would be disgusting. Get that disgusting Nurgle taste out of my mouth. But I suppose the most appropriate law of magic, if you had to choose law of magic for dwarfs, would probably be like fire. So they can like forge stuff. And the burning heads would help. Burning air or metal, yeah. Fire or metal, yeah. And the burning head would help with taking captives, so you can get more oath gold. And also because burning head's not armor piercing, you could like burning head across the front line and it wouldn't do much damage to your dwarfs, but it would like fuck up all the greenskins. So that'd be pretty good. Whereas Stream of Corruption's like 100% armor piercing, so it would kill your guys just as much as theirs. Oath gold or gems? I guess maybe oath gold. Maybe gems. Alright, let's go gems. You can aim the stream though? Yeah, you can aim the stream. You can aim the burning head as well. I don't really want the growth. I want to replace that with money probably, but I don't know. I guess we could keep it there till we get to tier 3 maybe. We're going to run out of money pretty fast though. I might get a Rune Lord in just so we can start getting some magic happening.
The High King acts.
Diplomatic with dwarfs. Alright, I might grab that actually just because it's a 1-pointer. I don't know, should we go like full economy? I kinda like to go clans and get some good clan techs unlocked as well. They're all good. Oh yes, diplomacy. So yeah, so we want to try and keep Barak Var alive, but is like allying with Barak Var going to keep them alive, or is that going to make everyone kill them even faster?
And what can the Dawi do?
It is good to see our allies of the mountains.
All right, we'll get go for military access with France. Actually, we'll just go for money, yeah. I don't care about military access. I wonder if we could get these guys to join our war against Bloody Spears. Or just man. No.
And what can the Dawi do for you on this fine?
Also, Fire and Shoot Magic are the second and third, literally undisputed best laws of Magic. Literally undisputed. Well.
Thou shalt treat me with the respect I deserve.
Go to a Templehof. They're gonna die pretty. Oh, actually, oh yeah, the minor factions are not necessarily gonna all die so fast this turn. So normally I declare war on all these minor factions, thinking that they'll all die really quick. But yeah, I just realized they probably potentially won't all die really quick. Oh, we're both at war with the Bloody Spears. If we kept the Bloody Spears as a sack city, we could potentially become best friends with Skarsnik. How great would that be? So great. I don't know if I want to go to war with them just right now because they might send their starting army up here or some shit. I doubt they'll do much because Gorbad will wreck them, but... Hey Mako, out of curiosity, lore-wise or gameplay-wise, do you have a favorite faction or lord? Not really. Not really like one favorite one. I have lots of different favorites. You know, I really like Belegar. I really like Karl Franz's faction. I don't particularly like Karl Franz as a character though. He's not like one of my favorite characters, but I really like his faction. Like Reikland's probably one of my favorite factions to play, but it's not. I don't like Karl Franz. Like Karl Franz is my favorite. Like my favorite Empire Lord would be Volkmar, but I like Karl Franz's campaign better. But yeah, Belegar is one of my favorite characters. I love the whole like. Well, I guess I just think of Belegar as yeah. What's his name? Oh fuck, I forgot his name now. Sorry, I just woke up and my brain's like still adjusting to reality. But yeah, Belegar is one of my favorites. I quite like Tyrion as well, but Tyrion's not one of my favorite factions. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a few characters I like. My favorite Warhammer character overall would probably be Gotrek, I guess.
Retake the realms.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Castalton for me is just a crazy old man. Yeah, I guess so. But Castalton's like a newcomer. Like I never, I don't have, you know, like for Gotrek, because I've read like a bunch of Gotrek and Felix novels, so I've got like, you know, you kind of build up a affection for characters once you read, like yeah, actually Malice Darkblade as well, because I read a couple of his novels. How can you save Clan Helheim? We can kill Imric and then revive them after they die. So even though the faction might have got wiped out, you know, their peoples will still be like living in the hills and like hiding in forests and stuff like that. So we can go and like free them by starting a rebellion, and then reclaim their lands.
It's as good as done.
So we could either attack, we could either sack, we could either, so basically what I want to do is sack this or whatever, and then move Thorgrim to here, and then take high place next turn. So
Send me to vengeance.
yeah, I think we'll sack it with Thorgrim. So we could either attack it with this other lord and then have Thorgrim just move straight through, or we could sack it with Thorgrim and then have him move through. So yeah, I think we'll do that. That way we get the
Wipe out the trespassers.
although
Yes, I'll get on it.
We mark and
yeah, I might just fight this manually so I don't take too much damage. Boo, revive is cheating. Oh, well, if we don't revive any factions, then there's going to be a very limited number of holds that we're going to be able to, you know. Actually, that's a good point. We need to be very careful about making alliances with non-Dowie factions, because if they take over any Dowie lands, then, you know, we're going to have a problem.
it is a reckoning. Gyro bomber. Bring them down.
All right, we'll try to... oh, fuck off. So it looks like we could use this corner, but you can't. Like, this is literally as close to the corner as I can get. So that's not actually a corner there at all. There is a corner there.
For the Caller's Anchor. Gyro bomber. Let's me about this. For the Devil's Crown.
All right. What are you talking about? In my campaign, the AI was good at declaring war on my small allies to try to isolate me. Okay. Alright. Alright. So I think what we're going to try and do...
Gyro bomber.
Actually, no. We'll just wait for a second. Wait till this lord gets over to join up with the rest of our gang. Get right up in the corner more. Something like that. Alright, I think we're pretty much there. Alright, so I was thinking we'll try and shoot the
Preparing bombing run.
Orc Lord a bit. See how that goes. And then we'll get behind him,
Move.
keep shooting him,
Nothing can stop us.
and that should disrupt him a little bit.
Take aim. Come on. On the way. Blow through. Get moving. Ah! Range far. Range fast.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking if we break him,
Now.
if we use up more of our ammo before we
Go.
get too far into it.
Move now. Adu. Strike out!
Yeah, you gotta like, you gotta like go out and then come back in, and then pretend you're gonna melee him so you're perfectly aligned with shooting him. And then shoot and get out of that. And melee him and shoot. It was a little bit too slow. I think they hadn't reloaded yet. Check it. What is he doing to do? He's trying to like run away from me or something. So we get in there, wait for our reload, shoot straight away. There we go. See, yeah, you don't want them to like, when you're trying to evade their archers, you don't want them to stop moving and start fucking slowly rotating and shit. So make sure we've definitely got our reload. So we're reloaded, right? Then we go melee. So now we're perfectly aligned with him. Then we shoot. Blam, 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 and we're out. Quick. Go around a little bit, make sure our reload's reloaded. Melee, so we're perfectly aligned. Shoot. Blam, blam, blam. Get out of there. Yeah, you just want that, like, you just want them to, like, shoot instantly when you target. Melee. Shoot. Blam, blam, blam. Get the fuck out of there. I should be getting a lot of grenades and stuff happening now. There we go. Blam! As they say. Right, we need to get these bombs in here.
For the ancestors!
Alright. Alright, all grenades out.
Strike out! Miners! Kill axe! Up we go! Ready!
Alright, armor on there.
Nothing about!
Actually, should have got melee attack, really, shouldn't we?
The clans unite! Now!
Can we get these bombs, this bomb pile lined up here?
Engineer. Move now! Down! Strike out! Honored! Aye! As you command! Understood, Lord! On! Dive bomb! Nothing can stop us! Right! We demand blood! Hello, through!
Alright, that's done.
Strike out! Move!
There's no captives here, so
Clans unite! Move now! Quarterless! Range fire! Range fire!
actually we've still got heaps more bombs, so we can just keep bombing.
Charge! Hello, through! Now! Vengeance! Nothing can stop us! Will do! Move up! Go! Move now! Strike out! Move! Right fire! Right fast! Take to the air! Hello, through! Dino bomber! Nothing can stop us! Let the vengeance begin! Will do!
Alright, cool. And yeah, we don't have to chase anything down if we don't want to, but
Yes! Yay!
I don't know. If you can catch anything, then you can get experience from it, but
We demand blood! Dwarf warriors!
Yeah, we need that extra 10% movement speed from the combat line, so that our dwarfs can keep up with enemy infantry with their stunty legs. Last time I ever ally with Katep, that's for sure. How long did it take him to betray you? Did he betray you like straight away, or did it take, was it like later on? I feel like sometimes when you ally with factions like, and then they betray you kind of straight away, it's like, I don't know, it's like the alliance hadn't taken properly or something. But if they've, you know, if they stay around for a while, then maybe they become more reliable. Yeah, no, there's still a lot of mysteries surrounding the diplomacy system. They did say that diplomacy was one of the things that they wanted to potentially do a beta on. You know, saying like how much longer, how long after you allied with him was it? So it was like, so was it later, like much later, like you'd allied with him and been friendly allies for 20 turns, and he joined multiple wars with you and everything was good, and then suddenly he betrayed you and shit? Or was it like you joined him and then he betrayed you like the next turn or within a few turns or whatever? Oh no! Oh, sorry, right. So they joined on you through Katep. Sorry, I thought you were saying Katep betrayed you. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. It wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention properly. Yeah, so I want to sack.
Send me to vengeance.
Then we'll occupy with this lord.
For the king. Armed and ready. Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts. Onward. Aye, it will better our cause.
No, should I... If I force march him to like there...
Me protter's ready. I'm a schemer.
Aye.
So try to get triangulation for extra missile strength fast as we can.
The High King acts. I agree. Forwards.
Alright, so we're in force march, so susceptible to getting attacked by Skarsnik, but he's still got his starting enemy there, so I'd be like surprised if he was going to attack us. He might, but you never know. Grudge against the foul. +5 melee attack and leadership against greenskins. I don't know, should I grab that straight away? I mean, the greenskins right now and the Skaven later, it's going to be pretty good. But I mean, we don't usually use melee attack much, but... Yes, you should. Yeah, it's pretty good for a 1-pointer.
Can I help you? Iron-willed. What? Vengeful Rune Lord.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a nice tanky lord in there early. Oh yeah, it's Demon Slayers don't have siege attacker now. I don't know if I'm ever gonna even use Demon Slayers anymore. Like, I pretty much only used them for siege attacker. They are, I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad, but yeah, I don't know. If I was gonna go for a melee combat lord, I feel like I would just go for the normal lord.
Armed and ready. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Demon Slayers are like last stand lords for settlements when you need someone to fight to the last breath. Otherwise, they're meh now. Yeah, I mean they're pretty good at killing shit. Like if you want to kill something with armor piercing damage, you know what I mean? Like they're pretty good at killing stuff. Yeah, there's certain situations. I think I did a video one time when I used them for something. One of the early battles. And I was not using it for siege attack. It was just because of their killingness. Now I kind of want that 3 growth. I mean that 10 growth, just because it's only a 3-pointer. All right, I'll grab that as well. But then after that, we're definitely going back into clans for some war action. Yeah, I mean all this stuff is like incremental little things that kind of all add up and are good. But economy line is best line. Yeah, economy line is good. But on the other hand, 10% speed for infantry is good. Although eventually we probably won't have that many infantry, but then later on we'll have infantry again. Recruitment cost for infantry is good. Later on, we're going to save money with that. That's not very good. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but you know, I don't really want to go for heavy quarrelers. But we want ammunition range for our Iron Drakes. Reload reduction for Iron Drakes. Yeah, see, we want Iron Drake action. Interlocking shields is pretty cool. I don't know, maybe I'll try and get that. Probably not though. I always think I'll try and get that, but then I just never end up getting it. Maybe I should go for interlocking shields here first, because I always like dream of one day taking shield wall for my Ironbreakers, but I never get that. Alright, what's going on with that diplomacy? Barrackvar's gotten a little bit stronger. They've recruited some units. They're still not at war with anybody, so that's good. Zuppar's still not at war with anybody, that's good.
Lots of plans.
Who are those guys? The Moon Howlers. They're over in the east somewhere here.
That is not musk of fear. No, musk of strength.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Dowie from another. Aye, let's hear what you have to say.
We could get trade.
Before oath.
Friends of the Empire, come.
Should I get trade with Zufbar? I don't know. If I get trade with Zufbar, that'll make...
And what can the Dowie do for you on this fine day?
Alright. Here's what it is. Oh yeah, we got our growth now. Oh yeah, we need to try and get our grudges as well, our Nollengrum. Hey Maximus. Wish there was like a nerfed caravan system between Empire and Dowie.
Throne bearers, let's march.
My anger burns bright.
Yes.
Right, speak your words and I'll decide if yous lives or dies.
Alright, we're gonna have to go to war.
Good. Grimnir's
All right.
Wipe out the trespassers.
I think I'm gonna go ambush
The
here.
runes are cast.
So I've put Thorgrim in slow mode.
Master of runecraft. On my way. I'm off. My anger burns bright.
Hey, Teapot Tom just joined on YouTube. Welcome, yeah, welcome Teapot Tom, and welcome viewers of Teapot Tom. Hope you guys are having a good time tonight. Playing some Warhammer, I hope. Yeah, we're just checking out the new 6.2.1 hotfix. Came out yesterday, and just checking out the 6.2 AI changes basically to minor factions. So I've got minor faction potential boost on, so that hopefully the minor factions will stay alive a bit longer, and we're going to try and work that into our campaign theme by trying to sort of unite the holds and try to keep as many of the minor factions alive as allies as we can. And if any of the minor factions get wiped out, we want to try and bring them back to life. So if you spot any like places where minor factions were that they, you know, where they've gotten wiped out or whatever, let me know and I'll try to revive them.
To battle! Casting the runes. Can I help you? Setting off. Ready, X's.
Alright, we get all these guys in, so we got a bit of extra magic item drop chance. Yeah, YouTube's had rating for a few years, yeah. I think it, yeah, can't remember how long it came in, maybe at least 2 years ago. Famous only Slayer only. You ever seen it before? Yeah, I mean, I think maybe raiding isn't as much of a culture on YouTube as it is on Twitch. But in the Total War community, it definitely is. You'll have to revive the dwarfs that Malachi replaced. Oh yeah, we can revive Cracker Drak, can't we? So if I confederate Malachi to get rid of his faction, and then I can revive Cracker Drak there, that'd be cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably confederate Grombrindal, Malachi. Yeah, I'll probably confederate Grombrindal and Malachi. I don't know if normally I would confederate Thorek to just get him up the top, but I think for this campaign, because he controls Carrick Zorn, I don't think there's a dwarf faction in Carrick Zorn though, is there? So if I confederate him, then there'll just be no dwarfs there. Same with Grombrindal, but I don't really care about Grombrindal because I don't feel like Grombrindal's lands are not really, like I don't really consider Grombrindal's lands to be dwarf lands, if you know what I mean. I kind of want to take the high ground. I might have. Grombrindal has the best faction buffs. Oh shit.
They have wronged us. Put those dwarven legs!
Yeah, Grombrindal's got good faction buffs, but they're in his blue line, so you don't need to play as him. You can just confederate him and get him, which is cool.
Move!
So yeah, should probably aim to confederate him first.
Will do! Hello! Through!
So you just like fire a volley, melee, shoot. No, I didn't recharge. Gotta recharge first.
Charge! King Thorgrim Torchbearer. Ready to strike! Go! Move now! Shoot! We are relentless! Now!
So we'll just come around and take the high ground behind them.
Range far! Range fast! Charge! For the ancestors! There is no greater authority! From
Oh, maybe we'll just solo it with the we might just end up soloing it with the bombers.
For the ancestors! Strike out! Move now! Come on! Come on! Move! Hello! Through! Charge! Gyro bomber! At your command! Strike out! Up we go! Range far! Range fast! Get moving! Nothing can stop us! Let the vengeance begin! Go! Move! Strike! Out!
Clicked on my unit cards accidentally. Thorgrim's pretty tanky in this position.
Range far! Range fast! Guards! Hello! Through! On the way! Move now! War of vengeance! Strike out! The clans unite! Dwarf warriors! Nothing can stop us! We are a lifeline!
Oops. Getting gyros standing stationary and getting shot. Not good.
Move now! Kill Earths! Scarf! Taken! Hello! Through! Go! Nothing can stop us!
So we haven't lost an entity yet. We're down to 50% health on the gyro bombers, but we haven't lost any entities yet. But we're in very much in danger of losing one.
Strike out! Scarf! War of vengeance! That'll do! Gyro bomber! And killers! Vengeance! Very well! Vengeance! Anu! Pass it! Long be it! Move! Nothing! Weapon me as well! I am ready! Yes! Pay back every grudge! Go! Right far! It's fast!
All right. Grombrindle's busy enforcing grudges. Yeah, so in my kind of internal head, you know, canon, Grombrindle's lands are not holds because he's just like been transplanted over there into the Dark Elf lands on a Holy Crusade of Dwarfness or whatever. So I don't care about his land, so we'll reclaim him. We'll confederate him. We confederate Malachi, and then we'll like rebel, and then we'll let Malachi's lands rebel, so that we can so that they can get retaken over as Crackadrak. So I tried to backspace there. I didn't quite do it very well, but I did get it. But it was like,
Casting the runes.
you know. Okay, so we're gonna do a Lord switch here.
Casting the runes. I'm going.
Okay, cool.
I'll cast the runes.
So he's like right next to the settlement now. I just sort of made sure. And then We'll replace him with another Grungni Lord. We've got 3 Grungni Lords in a row.
Vengeful
RNG is shining on us today.
My anger burns bright.
120 research rate. So if they're disbanded, we don't get the 5 research now anymore, do we?
The High King acts.
Okay, so we're putting him in an ambush stance.
Ready?
Why does Skaznik have a full stack on turn 3? I don't know, this is how he rolls. Just how he rolls.
Got Ben?
What? I do. I'll cast the runes.
Don't hold your breath.
Can I help you?
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts.
And yeah, I think we're gonna replace him as well. Pretty expensive, but
Let us begin.
I won't rename any characters until when somebody gets to like level 5 or something at least. Should I raise another lord here and recruit more troops, or are they going to be too far behind? They're probably going to be too far behind, aren't they?
Master of runecraft.
Could we, yeah, so I could get another lord here, recruit some. I mean, they might. Yeah, I feel like they're going to be too far behind, yeah.
What?
Joam C. Death says 10 dwarf minor factions, by the way. What are you saying, Joam? Joam, that there are 10 minor factions on the map, like at the start on turn 1? Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so do you have a list of their names? Because that would be actually kind of cool. If we could like have a list of them up on screen, we could put up on screen every now and again. And we could have a tally of how many we've kept alive. And yeah, and then we've also got Cracker Drac, so there's an 11th one. If we can confederate Malachi and then we can revive Cracker Drac where he used to be, I think. So yeah, so we've got the legendary lords that we can just use grudges to confederate all these guys. So I think see, Belagar, if I wasn't, yeah, I think like kind of the main thing that I want to achieve in this campaign is like, I want to have, you know, as much land occupied by independent factions, as much dwarf holds occupied by independent dwarf factions as I can, specifically minor factions, but also major, I guess. So it's like, so Malachi we want to confederate, and then we replace Malachi with Cracker Drac, so we still have the same amount of factions there. And then we confederate Grombrindor, but we don't replace him with anyone because he doesn't have a dwarf hold. He's just like a wanderer. As somebody said, Siphon was saying earlier, Grombrindor just wanders around, so we don't have to replace him. We can just confederate. So we can confederate those 2 guys, no problem. Ungrim's going to remain king of his own domain, so we won't confederate him. And Belegar and Thorek, although I sometimes do confederate those guys because they're not necessarily kind of king. Well, Thorek's not really a king, you know, he's just wandering off south somewhere. But if I confederate him, then there'll be no Karak Izor dwarfs. I don't think, like, there's no, yeah, like there's no minor faction that will spawn in his place if he gets wiped out, right? So I think we'll leave Thorek there and we'll try and bring him back to life if he dies. And Belegar, sort of same deal. Even though Belegar is not really meant to be the king of Karak Izor, if we wipe him out, then there'll be no one there to be dwarfs, you know? So I'm sort of thinking, yeah. So my current thought is we confederate Grombrindal and Malachi. We don't confederate any of the others. And that is the plan on the confederation front. Belegar's global recruitment time reduction is really nice. Yeah, we're not talking about, like, you know, we're not talking about, you know, power gaming, though. We're talking about, you know, role plays. About the role plays. So that's the thing, if I, in terms of our kind of goal of uniting all the dwarf holds, if I confederate Belegar, then this, we lose Karak Izor, Karak Bufdar, and Karak Zarexil, basically. All these lands will be, either we'll own them, which means they won't be the original hold. Yeah, I want to see all the different dwarf colors, basically. Barakvar, Helheim, Greybeard's Prospectors. Yeah, Greybeard's Prospectors, I don't know if that is that the Greybeard's Prospectors, is that actually a dwarf hold, or is that just a random like Grombrindal style roaming guys? Maybe we don't really need to get those. Karak Azorn, yep, Karak Azul, Karak Hearn, Karak Norn, Karak Ziflin, and Spine of Sotek and Zuppa. How was Thorgrim's campaign with Gorbad added? Yeah, interesting. Gorbad doesn't always go to war with you straight away. But yeah, usually you do have to deal with him. Greybeard's Prospectors, Neropants, and Arcan. Yeah, I know. But the Grey, you know, I know who Greybeard's Prospectors are. What I'm saying is the lands that the Greybeard's Prospectors occupy, are they traditional dwarf hold Karaks? Or are they just like some random location that they just happen to be in, kind of like Grombrindal? How Grombrindal's just like there, you know? Alright. Yeah, so this could be a pretty rough battle here.
Yes.
How much oath gold we got? We got 31 oath gold. There's nothing we can really do to make... Oh, we gotta get 200 oath gold. We can't fuse or anything. I guess we'll just give... Let's give these guys these items. Alright. Recent holds Greybeards. So it's still a hold, it's just like not an ancient one. Alright. Let's see how this is going to work out. I mean, if we get the ambush, it'll be pretty glorious, but I don't think... I mean, it's only 50-50, so we probably won't get the ambush, but... Discovered, yeah, no ambush. That's okay, though, because that means at least we get to bring in all of our troops. Won't take you long with the trade building in every settlement. Oh, to get 200 oath gold? Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've got to get a bunch of settlements. I've only, you know... I've got to get a bunch of settlements to put them in the first. Okay, so we've got 4 armies now, so we can potentially get a shitload of oath gold out of this if we... Assuming we don't lose. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It looks like a good day for the Dowie. Oh no, we're the other way around. I thought we were up the top. Fuck. Okay, so we've kind of got two choices. Such a crap map. It's the worst map. I got annihilated one time trying to set up over here, because see how like there's so many places where you can't set up, like there's all these little weird like lumps in the map where you can't set up. And yeah, I tried to set up here. I had a superior force with like iron drakes and all this shit, and they just had heaps of squigs. And like, yeah, I just got totally fucked up because I just couldn't get any lines of sight, couldn't maneuver, because every time I tried to move somewhere, I'd be blocked by some invisible shit. It was fucked up. But anyway, so I've got some PTSD for this map. But yeah, so my two thoughts are either we set up down here. If we set up down here, we can get like the ultimate choke point and just like obliterate them with the bomber. However, it's an extremely bad slope. So we'll be getting minus 30% to all of our range damage from our two crossbows, and when we're shooting uphill, and they'll be getting plus 30% from theirs when they're shooting downhill. Actually, that's a good point. If you fire explosives like blasting charges, so the base missile damage is 1, right? So does the one damage will take minus 30%, so we'll do only 0.7 damage from the initial whatever, you know. But then the explosive damage, like, is the explosive damage affected by whether it's uphill or downhill? I don't actually know that. Does anyone know that? Because like, does the explosives damage still count as missile damage? So does missile resistance work on it? I think we do know that. But does it still count as missile damage as far as you know, shooting uphill or shooting downhill? I mean, it doesn't logically. I don't think it should, but I mean, maybe it does. Anyway, so yeah, so we could get here and drop bombs, which I'm kind of partial to, because I can just imagine like a massive blob of greenskins just getting totally fucked in there. Or we can come around the top and reposition into this corner here. And then we get the high ground. And yeah, I think last time I did it here successfully. I don't know, I feel like this should work. If we set up down here, it should be okay. But I could also imagine it just somehow not working and just becoming like the ultimate fucking, you know, the ultimate in badness. They did a blog about it a while ago. If you Google like blog range damage or blog height advantage or something like that, there's a blog a while ago, like ages ago, where they described it. All right, so what do you guys reckon? Top maneuver around the top and get the height advantage, shoot down on them. We don't really have that much ranged, or go for this ultimate choke point down here. Like, I think that ultimate choke point should work, but you know, if it doesn't, that would really suck. Like, if we all just get terror routed off the edge of the map or some shit, that'd be pretty bad.
They have wronged us. War of vengeance.
But I just kind of want to see. I just kind of want to see the ultimate. I just kind of want to see the ultimate choke point in action, you know.
We demand blood!
They have wronged us!
Quarrelers!
For mountain and home!
All right, it's probably going to be a disaster, but I mean, it potentially might be a disaster, but you know, whatever. It is what it is.
For the ancestors!
How sharp is that axe?
For the Kara's Anchor! Let's be about this! Chucks away!
All right, this is going to probably be a total disaster, but hopefully not.
Move now! Flow through!
Yeah, they added the modifiers for tiredness now, which is cool, but they didn't add all the other modifiers.
Fly! Let them... With haste! Move! Pump those dwarven legs! Nothing can stop us! Shine up on me! Range far! Range fast!
I really want to kill this spider before it gets
Go!
to our lines, but I think I left my run a bit late.
Nothing can stop us! Strike out! Go! Move now! Plow through! Nothing can stop us! Range far! Range fast! Charge! Move! Dodge! Strike out! Dodge! Go! Onward! Take to the air! Nothing can stop us! Yes, Lord! Plow through! Others! On! Going out! For the ancestors! Oh, have wronged us! It is a reckoning! Dwarf warriors!
Alright, try and kill this big boy.
Will do! Pull out! Go! Go! That'll do! Take
Grumpy's
it!
getting,
Range far!
Thorgrim's getting a bit fucked up. He's terror outed as well.
Reckoning!
Yeah, we gotta get rid of that terror.
Move! Miners! Range far! Range fast! Charge! Move now! Warriors! Fire! Reload! Fire!
More terror routing happening.
Strike out! Withdraw! Vengeance! Range far! Range fast! Preparing bombing run!
Ah, Thorgrim's terror routing off the field.
Go! Charge! Move!
I did say it might go terribly wrong.
Gyro bomber! Fine! We are relentless! Strike out! War of vengeance! Flow through! Move now! Gyro bomber! Nothing can stop us! Range far! Range fast! And... Yes! Go! Gyro bomber! King Thorgrim Move! Kazakat! Kazakat! Ah! Dive bomb! Nothing can stop us! It is a reckoning! Zah! Blow through! Kill Lurks! Charge! Plow through! Aye, as you command! Yes, yes! Move now! The clans unite! I am your high king! Now! Yes! Castle! Strike out! Go! Nothing can stop us! Move now! Understood, Lord! To the cannon and core!
Tom Phillipson's getting fucked.
Go! Move! Shield bearers! Halt! Strike out! Yes! Strike out! Shoot! Yes, Lord! Gyro bomber! Kill them! Take him! The might!
Skazlik's going down.
Right! Plow through! Move! Yes! Vengeance! Tucks away! Ja! We demand blood! Our fire undid! For the ancestors! But now are you ready? Kill Orcs! Vengeance! Kill Orcs! Aye, as you command!
So we need to try to kill as many of these routers
For the ancestor
as we can.
Grimnir is with us! Fly! Fire!
Because we can get Oath Gold from all this.
Fire! Miners! Kazook! For the High King! Take aim! For the cannons anchor! Yes! That'll do! They have wronged us!
Alright, well that kind of worked. I guess one of the reasons I was trying to do that is because I thought we might be at more routers that way than if we fought it more legit. I don't know. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Not really sure.
Dwarf warriors! Range far! Range fast! I'm guild approved! Oh baby! Longbeards! Thorgrim Grudgebearer! Move!
Yeah, we'll see if we can just shoot some more stuff. Bit more Oath Gold. Thorgrim's always a challenging campaign. So many enemies around him. Yeah, it's good though. He's a strong, like he's a pretty strong faction. So it's like you get a lot of got a lot of toys to play with, I guess. Skarsnik's still alive, so he can potentially get his trait on somebody else as well, which is nice. So yeah, we get 1 oath gold for every 8 captives, and we get 4 times captives because we've got 4 lords. So essentially we're getting 1 oath gold for every 2 guys that we kill, so should get a pretty good amount of oath gold out of it. There's Tom Phillipson with my ammo. Should have been bringing him up faster. Do garrison lords count for captive purposes? Yeah, they do, yeah. Alright. Spinosotek starting settlement has a landmark that gives 10 growth, 5 replenishment, -1 corruption, -1 global recruitment, 15% movement in region. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, if we do manage to... Well, actually, no. So our goal is not to confederate the Spinosotek dwarfs, but to, you know, keep them alive or revive them. So we won't get the landmark, unfortunately. I wonder if they get the landmark. Yeah, I never actually thought about that. Do the AI factions actually get the landmark bonuses? And do they build landmarks? I mean, you would assume they do get the landmark bonuses, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't for some reason. 394 oath gold. So yeah, that was a nice boost.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though, for while the potential rewards are great, so too are the perils.
The voice actor is actually pretty good, isn't he? All the voice acting in this is pretty good. Any items you prefer to create in the forge? Oh yeah,
Be sure to put your...
the Master Rune of Spite and the Iron Warden's Tankards are like probably just the top 2 priorities for the forge. Yeah, so you got the Iron Warden's Tankard, gives regeneration to your characters, which is pretty good. We've got really tanky characters, so tankiness plus regeneration is like a real good multiplier in terms of tankiness. So that's pretty good. And even once you got one of them, you can start rotating it around to heal your different characters. So that's pretty handy. And then you've got, Master Rune of Spite, which is an AoE damage ability. It only does 8 to 16 damage per second, though, in 35-meter radius. But, I mean, you know, most infantry will have, like, maybe 80 hit points. So, you know, you can still kind of, like, melt infantry. Although, actually... Yeah, no, it doesn't kill them that fast, does it? Just like, it kind of just like slowly kills them. But, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, most unit infantry have 80-ish hit points, but then there's like 100 of them in the unit. So I assume it doesn't apply it, like, it doesn't apply it per entity. Otherwise you would see units just melting in like 7 seconds or whatever. So yeah, so I guess it's 8 to 16 damage across the whole unit, like, or across one random entity in the unit or something. Because it's pretty slow. But anyway, but if there's a lot of units around you, you know, it does like slowly melt them down. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But also like I like a lot of these runes for defensive purposes, like Master Root of Gromnel and Master Root of Adamant and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in terms of priorities, it's usually Iron Wardens, Tankards, the Fear rune, Rune of Fear. So you get -9 and put all 3 of them on one army, and you have -9 enemy army leadership. Remember, take the Rune of Spite after the quest that gives one. Why? You still get, even if you do the quest that gives one, you still get it. Oh yeah, banners. So they've changed in 6.2. They changed it so that you can stack banners now. So you know, so I always used to like to get the Rune of Sanctuary, get 3 of them, and then put 3 of them on one army, so that you can have like 3 units with 10% with 15% physical resist. So yeah, you couldn't do that before, but now you can again. Yeah, I don't know, Siphon, was there a bug or something where you didn't get it or something for a while or whatever? I never noticed that bug. It seems to always work for me as far as I remember.
Throne bearers, let's march. Let us begin. One rag, ready. My axe thirsts for war. Beards in belts. Lower the throne. I need to stretch my legs. Targ them. To battle. Retake the realms. Throne bearers, move. What? Master of runecraft. I'll get on it. To war.
All right, so I'm gonna give the ambush chance to Morik Truth Teller.
Lord of Clan Thorgrim. Time for a
Yeah, I'm gonna get Morik Truth Teller to get the Lord defeat trait. So we've got this Sneaky Smiter plus 20% ambush defense chance and ambush success chance. So yeah, it's one of the best Lord defeat traits. I really like that one. Not as, don't use it as much with dwarfs maybe, but I mean the defense chance is good if you've got a ranged army.
Aye. Time to...
Some small potential for Oath Gold here as well, with 3 lords. Could have actually recruited another lord last turn. I had 4 lords, couldn't I?
For the Kara's Anchor.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go on the flat ground, I guess. Man, it'd be good to get some ranged weapons at some point. Dowie army with no ranged. It starts kind of, yeah. Remember that quest you used to get when you first, like in Warhammer 1 when you play Thorgrim? Like that, the first quest you would get would be to fight that underway battle on the way up towards Mount Gumbad. And you couldn't get quarrelers before that, so you'd basically just have a whole army of dwarf warriors. It was cool. It felt like Roman legions just maneuvering all your blocks of infantry around, you know. But you'd have a couple of, of ranged units that you'd start off with or whatever, but I think Thorgrim used to start off with Iron Drakes back then. Oh no, Grombrindal started off with Iron Drakes because yeah, you'd always play Grombrindal because he was the better start lord than Thorgrim. Because I think Thorgrim was super easy to unlock. Thorgrim had a grudge thrower, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I think Grombrindal started off with Iron Drake, so yeah, for that quest battle, I'd always have Grombrindal Iron Drakes. Grombrindal's the real High King. How about that? Maybe. Yeah, we'll shoot up there, get some nice height advantage. There's a nice, really steep little lip there, so you get a good height advantage from there. En route. Oh. Yeah, so he already retreated last round, so he's gonna get wiped out anyway. And kill a few of these guys, I guess. So like another 3. The real High King play with Dwarves, I love it. Oh, sorry, Sourpatch. I thought you were... Yeah, you're saying the real High King is in Grombrindal. I mean, as in, sorry, Thorgrim. I thought you were saying that in reference to the previous conversation about Grombrindal. But yes, Thorgrim is the real High King. For sure. He's the only High King. All right. So yeah, we can't really farm. Unfortunately, we can't really farm him. I suppose technically we could farm him. Yeah, I guess we could farm him in the high place. But I don't know, I think, did I try that last time, farming Skarsnik in the high place, and then I think like Tretch just comes and like takes him out or whatever. Yeah, Miss Simon said, after Skarsnik I usually get distracted by the east, and then Gorbat and Clan Moors come rampaging from the south. Yeah, that is a big question actually for the Thorgrim campaign, I guess, is like whether you go east to try to secure that, or you go back south. Went through the minor greenskin factions. They have the most at 27 minor factions. Yeah, but the concept I've got for this campaign is like about using the minor factions as your allies. Like that doesn't really work that well for greenskins, I don't think. Like it would be kind of cool to do something like that, like a greenskin, unite the greenskins tribes and stuff. But and just have like a massive confederation of like all these different greenskin tribes. That would be pretty cool, actually. Maybe we should do that.
Time for a reckoning. Throne bearers, let's march!
Ogres have 19 minor factions.
My anger burns bright. Vengeance!
What? That was my brain just miscalculated there for some reason. Sorry, I don't know. I'm a bit like distracted or something. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one. So do we go east or let me solo the Rune Lord? Yeah, no, I was thinking about whether I should try to just bring in lords, because if we just bring in lords, like you can sort of do the Chaos Warrior thing where you just use like just use normal lords to just take out settlements and stuff by themselves. Not by maybe not like one of them, but like 2 or 3 of them take out a minor settlement, no problem. So I was kind of thinking of that, and then but then I had to move in the other lord obviously before that's going to work. If you can distract Tretch with somebody, then he can fight. Then maybe blitz Gorbad. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to sort of think of. What else? The thing is, like, Gorbad doesn't necessarily. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure in the current patch like what Gorbad will do, and that's a thing. Like, it's kind of like a thing like I talk about a lot. Like, because I always like to play kind of like vanilla, so that like, you know, other people can like, so that we can compare notes about what we're doing and stuff like that. And yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of other changes that have changed things, but still kind of legendary, very hard, you know, realistic battle, like battle realism, Iron Man mode, like all those things basically is equivalent to the old legendary difficulty when you put them all together. And so if you're playing on legendary difficulty, I'm playing on legendary difficulty, we can compare notes and be like, yeah, this faction does this at this time and blah blah, you know, and it'll be, our campaigns will be relevant to each other. But now for the first time we've got this kind of extra thing where you've got the AI aggressiveness toggle for AI, and you've got the minor faction boost toggle for AI. So now like what is the legendary now? So I guess now the legendary is all those other things that I said, max difficulty, plus the default settings to increase the AI difficulty, but with the minor faction boost off. That would be like normal legendary kind of thing. So, but the thing is, like right now, because I want to play like a minor faction boosted campaign, I've got the minor faction boost on. So like, what I'm trying to say is I was just about to say, like, I feel like Gorbad doesn't necessarily always go for you straight away. Like sometimes he kind of gets distracted down here for a bit or whatever, and then, you know, maybe we can do some stuff and then come back after him later. We don't necessarily need to blitz him early, and he doesn't necessarily always become like the hegemony here as well. Like I feel like, but you know, and I was going to basically ask you guys, you know, but then it's like, but wait a second, are you playing with the AI aggressiveness boost on? Are you playing with minor faction boost on? Are you playing with neither of those on? Like, do you know what I mean? So now it's like, yeah, it's like now if you like ask somebody about their campaign, you have to like clarify all this other fucking shit before you have to figure out whether it's relevant to your campaign or not. So it's like, I don't know, like in terms of the player experience and being able to choose more options to tailor the experience to what you want to play, like it's good because we've got more options, you know. But then like on the other side of things, it's sort of like the more that you make the experience tailorable, the more that it becomes like a theme park that's just there for your amusement, and the less that it becomes like a challenge that you are to overcome. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, I feel Warhammer has kind of always had it been a bit like that. Like it has gotten more and more like that, like more and more like theme parky, you know, like it's more about just providing you with a bunch of toys that you can all smash together for fun. So like, I feel like this change is like, yeah, this extra modularity with the AI is, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's, instead of the games being what it is, and then you have to adjust to the game in order to defeat the game, or in order to do whatever it is you're trying to achieve in the game, now the game is more like, oh, you can just make it however you want it to be, you know? So it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I do like the options that are available, but it's just yeah, it's a bit of a change. Anyways,
Let's march.
I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to make it there next turn. And now we can't switch him out for a siege attacker.
Yes. My axe.
There's no point having him up there.
We march.
To battle!
And so yeah, this is what I meant to do. So yeah, should we keep this as a sack city maybe? There we go. Got our master in a spite. Oh yeah, that's what you need to do. Sorry, you don't need to make sure you don't buy the rune of spite before you get it here, because you can buy, I'm pretty sure you can buy the rune of spite and then do the quest and get the extra rune of spite afterwards. It doesn't matter which order you do it in. But one thing you have to make sure you do is don't like wipe out Skarsnik before you get the 3 battles. I don't know if that's actually possible, but like if you wait till later and somebody else wipes him out, or they kill some of his stuff and there's only 1 battle left and you kill his last lord and you only have 1 battle or whatever, then you have to like revive him if you want to try to. So he's not at war with anyone, right? Oh, he's at war with the crooked movement as kids, yeah. But yeah, so what about this as an option? We keep this as a sack city, so that means we don't actually share a border with Tretch or anyone. I don't know, it just feels uncomfortable having that as our front line, like right there. So that anytime Tretch decides to declare war, he just walks in.
Ready? The runes are cast. Very well. To war.
Do you reckon I'll be able to? Do you reckon I'll be able to attack that from there? I'm not sure I will be able to.
The High King acts.
Yeah, I've read a bunch of the Gotrek and Felix novels. They're really cool.
For the Karazhan Corps. Aye, it will better our cause.
Wonder if he has the 3rd army in ambush. Nah, I don't reckon he does. Maybe. He's strength rank 227. He's pretty weak. So we'll pop this out. We get engineer recruitment, although we've already got max engineers anyway, and we can build gyros. We got oath gold. We got gems. And we could pop out a runesmith. That'd probably be a good thing to do early. Where are we getting the beer from? Are we trading for it? No, we're exporting beer. No, we're importing beer. Oh yeah, Zufbar's exporting beer to us.
Let us begin. What? It is time.
I didn't really want to do that, actually.
Lower the throw. I need to stretch my legs. Onward.
I built loads of deeps in a recent game and hadn't built any beer halls, and the game said I was making negative 2.4 billion beer per turn. Negative 2.4 billion. That's weird. You found a bug there.
There'll be some grudging soon enough. One rug.
Master of runecraft.
Another Grungy Lord. If we just keep getting Grungy Lord after Grungy Lord after Grungy Lord. I haven't actually used any of them to actually build anything yet, though. I've just been continuously just... I kind of want to keep the Dwarf Warrior production.
One rug. Aye, grudges will be settled. Move!
Iron-willed is as good as done. On my way.
Alright, give these guys a little bit of replenishment there.
Rune Ricky.
For the wisdom of the layer.
What's the public order looking like? Yeah. Alright, see how we go. Nice. Suck it, dickhead. So I don't think he meant to walk into that. But, oh, maybe he did. Yeah, no, I guess he must have, because I didn't get a failed ambush, so he must have popped the ambush first and then decided to attack me anyway. I potentially could have smelted down some of my magic items to get more Oath Gold, but yeah, I didn't. But destroying these guys in the open field potentially is, you know, good. Yeah, well, we'll try and take advantage of the high ground by taking the high ground up here. Ah, fuck. Unless it won't let me set up there. Classic behavior.
The clans unite! Bring them down! Dwarf warriors!
you know, classic classic dwarf box.
Warriors! Miners! For the ancestors! The clans unite!
Something like that.
Kazoo!
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Aye, King!
Actually, I'll put him there as well.
For the ancestors!
Thorgrim can sit at the front.
Kill her!
Right. Gyro bombers are going to just solo their whole army again as usual. Pretty much. Alright, maybe we should try to...
Shadow bomber! Rage fast! Strike out! Plow through! For the cutter's encore! Crawl! Move! Go! Nothing can stop us! Move now! Go! Shadow bomber! Charge!
Yeah, I want to try to damage the nasty skulkers ones as much as possible because they've got good armor piercing.
Strike out! Go! Move now!
I don't think we can really shoot their lord particularly because
Plow through! Kill him!
they're too small. Even if we get really close, we shoot. Actually, that's pretty effective.
Strike out! Move!
Just go here. We've got a bit of a double there.
Plow through! Aye, as you command! Rage fast! Go! Move now!
Bit of a double unit thing there.
Nothing
Both at
can
once.
stop us! Strike out!
Yeah, we're getting good height advantage with our ranged, and it reduces their range by 30% as well.
Go!
If you got the max, like a max gradient like that.
Move! Rage fast! Move now!
When gyros are stationary, they can get stun locked by missile fire.
Plow through!
That doesn't sound fun.
Nothing can stop
Yeah, I try to keep them moving all the time just because they get shot a lot more when they're stationary.
Rage fast! Plow through! Move now! Charge! Move! Nothing can stop us! Go!
Right, he's about to rout, hopefully.
Plow through!
Alright, charge.
Shadow bomber! Rage fast!
Right, now is the time when the bombs can really do their work.
Out! Take to the air! Charge! Miners! Go! Kill Orcs! Shadow bomber! Nothing can stop us! On! Adderers! Nothing can stop us! The clans unite! Yes! Vengeance! For the us, Dwarven
Gonna
lads!
run around this flank.
Long be it! Vengeance! Yes, yes! Go! Yes! For the High King!
Lord's dead.
Off we go! Thorgrim near! Let the vengeance begin! Strike them!
And, yeah, it'd be cool if we could chase down and kill some of these guys, but of course we're dwarfs, so we ain't gonna catch shit.
Move now! Move now! Yes! Move! Yes! Get moving! Charge!
Alright, gotta recharge. I'll get Tom Phillipson just to run as fast as he can down that way in case we need another reload. Bit of friendly fire there. Never hurt anyone. Time for a bombing run. Sure is. Yeah. Where's some red dudes over here? No, we ain't gonna catch them. Alright, that'll do. It was a good run. Time for a bobbing run. I like keeping enemy movements on during the end turn to see what they're doing with fast camera on so that it doesn't take too long. Yeah, that's a good call. I noticed Legend of Total War does that as well. Do you have allies on or just enemies? Another 58 Oath Gold. The replenishment? The replenishment would be good. But the rule is always be Oath Golding, ABO. It's not ABR, always be replenishing, it's always be Oath Golding. Yeah, let's give it a try. So that's my faction. That's individual factions. That's allied factions. So allied faction, we want off. Neutral factions, we want off. And enemy factions, we want, what do you reckon? High and fastest. High fast. Okay, so now we're just gonna only watch our enemy factions. Yeah, only watch enemy factions.
Send me to vengeance. Drink!
Ah. You know what? If I didn't lose the hero, I probably would have taken that.
We mark another grudge.
Make sure to turn off fast forward over the end turn. Yeah, cool.
To battle!
Rip Tom, yeah.
My anger burns bright.
Vengeful Rune Lord. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
So he could go up there and join in if he needed to.
For the wisdom of the lair. Bang!
This guy can solo this.
Time to slay Oathbreakers. Armed and ready.
Can I help you? Come off.
Iron weld.
Oh, this guy's got Grungy.
Yes.
So we should have, yeah, should do Oath. Always be Oath Golden.
Can I help you? Aye, I suppose so. Got vengeful Rune Lord.
Pyrrhic Victory says yes. There's no Oath Gold to be gained here or anything, so.
Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts.
Stoke right off!
My anger burns bright.
I'll cast the runes.
Armed and ready. Heading out.
You look right in the head!
What do you want? If you say so, Beardling. The throng agrees. Attack!
So, yeah, so Saxony's, I guess, when you've got no magic item drop chance increase.
Move. What? Onward. To war.
Should we keep our elites? They are pretty sexy. Sexy elites. I don't really want to recruit more warriors until I get I just want to wait for the gyros, but it does take a while. 2 turns. Mount Gumbad. Oh, actually, do we want growth on Mount Gumbad maybe? Because see, yeah, it's hard because we need the growth. We need the growth. We need the money as well. Because yeah, you kind of need. Like hammerers with frostbite. True. Do they? Why do you mention frostbite? Do they get frostbite? Oh, they do have frostbite. Oh, you know, for the grudge settler ones, yeah, right. Yeah, it just keeps things in contact so they get smashed more.
Throw bearers. Ready. Let's march!
Stick to their target really well, even with low speed. Yeah. Yeah, we can get that extra 10% speed now that we've got the growth from Quernstones. Yeah, so we could get Oath Gold, 10% extra Oath Gold, you know, 10% extra this, 10% extra that, you know, all those like little things are all pretty good. But like until you get to yeah, Grand Chamber, what's that, 36? So in 36 turns we could get to that. And then we could have like infinite population growth. But on the other hand, this gives us 10% extra speed for infantry.
What?
But anyway, yeah, with Gumbad, like, I find it kind of weird because if I build, like, I want to build, basically, I want to build this, right? So give me 200 gold, right? And then I also want to build this, which is tier 3. And I also want to build that. So it's like 3 different, like, money buildings, basically. And so it's like, but if I build one of those now, then I've got no growth, so it's going to take ages to get to tier 2. And then I build tier 2, so I say, so, and then if I just did build a money building there, when I get to tier 2, then I'm in the same situation again. It's like I want to build money building, but I also want to build growth. So if I build another money building, it's going to take fucking forever to get to tier 3. And then if I get to tier 3, I want to build another money building anyway. So it's like, you know, but then if you build growth, then it's like it takes you fucking till tier 5 before you get all the money buildings. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like I always like, I don't know. For some reason, this whole Mount Gumbad scenario always like messes with my mind. And we sort of want this as well for the extra growth and for the Quernstones, you know. I think that's the reason why I didn't end up doing it last time.
If you say so, Beardling.
One rug!
I've got another Grogny Lord. Oh god, I just keep getting Grogny Lords continuously, just endless Grogny Lords.
Lord, master of runes.
Oh, as long as they keep giving to me, I'm just going to keep recruiting them.
Ready. Lord of Clan Morgan. On my way. Retake the realms.
Do you reckon Runa Spite or Ironwood? We gotta go Ironwood and tank it first, right?
The High King acts.
But yeah, we didn't really need to. Yeah, I mean, it was probably a good call not taking the Ironwood and not taking the Master Runa Spite early, since we know we're going to get one anyway. And they're not as good as they used to be, so it's like you definitely don't really want to. Maybe late game. I always thought retaking the holds and resettling them with vassals should be how dwarfs play as a baseline, to be honest. I thought that should be the basic mechanic for them. Yeah, I agree. And same with left to fast forward on. Yeah, that's right. There was no enemies to bother fighting anyway. You can only change the speed. Yeah, you can only change the speed when it actually happens, eh? That was your job to remind me though, Anthony, so I feel like, you know, I blame you. Should we try and beat...
Speak, dwarf, before I have you.
Should we try and beat Grombrindle to Grom Peak? I mean, no, not Grombrindle, sorry, Ungrim. If you confederate a Dawi Lord after he gets wiped out, do you lose out on all their runes? Oh, yeah, probably. Probably. Maybe if it's a legendary lord, maybe not. Because I think if it's a legendary lord, even if they got wiped out, they come back with their levels and stuff. But if it's a non-legendary lord, then yeah, I'm not too sure. Because non-legendary lords are immortal while they're leaders of their factions. But after they confederate, they become not immortal. So if they got wiped out... No, but if you confederate them, then you have to bring them back to life again. So yeah, no, so the legendary lord would be immortal. So yeah, so if it was equipped on their lord, I think you'd probably get it. But yeah, you would lose it if it was not equipped on their lord. I don't think they would have their... Yeah, actually, I don't know. So you're talking about ones that are not equipped on lords as well, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if they keep their inventory or not when they come back to life. I should know. I'm sure I've you know, in my lost memory, there'd be like hundreds of examples of that happening and me observing it. I just can't recall right now.
Time for a reckoning. Yes. It's as good as done. On my way.
Ah, yeah, no, we aren't gonna beat him.
Fulfill my Slayer oath. Ah, to die in battle.
I'm trying out the minor faction toggle with Norska. Wolfric unites the tribes. Oh, okay, so no confederation. Keeping all of the tribes alive. That would be... why do you always come up with such fun ideas, Anthony? Fuck, I like that idea as well. Damn, you should have suggested that at the start of the campaign. If you had have suggested that at the start, I probably would have just shit-canned the vote and done that instead. But I mean, this one's probably going to be more... Dwarfs is probably more of a fan favorite, though, so... It's probably for the best. But yeah, I want to play that now as well.
Master of Runecraft. It is time. My axe thirsts for war.
Rune Ricky.
As the High King command. Drang them!
Actually, I was just thinking another consideration is that if we don't go after Tretch, then we aren't going to be able to get Nollengrom. I don't think. Like, if we go after Gorbad, I don't know if we'll be able to get the, I don't know if we'll be able to get Nollengrom in time.
I'm done ready. I'm leaving. I have no time for this.
I'll get on it. Casting the runes. I'm leaving, getting out of here. It'll get done.
Fight! Very well. Move the throng.
Just playing Dryzoth and I migrated to Cathay. Oh, that sounds fun as well, actually. Eastern Roman. We have to do Eastern Roman Empire. Where would Constantinople be?
Ready, axes?
Yeah, we kind of need to take this, don't we? Yeah, so I was thinking about keeping this as a Saxony for a bit longer, but I think now, yeah, we'll give up on this one as a Saxony, and we'll go this way.
Hog them. Let us settle this. Send me to vengeance.
I'll take this as an opportunity to heal. There's an opportunity to heal heal the lads. Potion of toughness is useful for the moment, but we'll get rid of it soon. Nifera is going to be a hell of a campaign with Silver Pinnacle being where it is when we get it. Neferata would be cool.
Fight.
I'm just going to fight this one manually. I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom. Back in a sec. Over that. Hey, Jungle Bear. At the moment, we're just in the early game, so we're just doing early game Thorgrim. Nothing too special just yet. But the goal is to basically try to revive all of the dwarf minor factions and kind of keep them alive as a giant dwarven confederation of nations, kind of thing. Which is just basically just normal, how all dwarfs should normally be played, in my opinion. But, you know, but yeah, I think it's but yeah, I wanted to do a campaign where, so I've got the minor faction boost AI toggle on, so minor factions are stronger in this campaign than they normally would be. Yeah, so I wanted to play like either Karl Franz plus elector counts, keeping all the elector counts alive, or Tyrion plus all the minor elf factions, keeping all of them alive, or dwarfs plus the minor faction, you know, something where you have like meaningful minor faction kind of roleplay and you can actually try to use them as allies. Neferata would be cool for Azag, having another major vampire counts ally nearby. Yeah, true. So when you play Azag, do you play like into that heavy vampire allies vibe? He still takes vampiric attrition though, doesn't he? So you don't necessarily want to have like shared provinces with him or anything. I'm just playing this manually so that we can get Tom Phillipson can regenerate. And Thorgrim can drink his potion. Let me stop you out when you play Azag, yeah. I kind of almost played Azag one time. I played him. I did start an Azag campaign one time, but yeah, I don't know, just didn't. didn't keep me excited. But yeah, just then when you were saying about allying with vampires, I was like, that kind of does sound fun. Maybe some sort of Azag vampire ally thing. It's kind of weird when you have like vampiric and non-vampiric allies though, because then you have all this weirdness going on. Like when you go through vampiric attrition, your whole army takes attrition except for your 4 vampiric units that don't take attrition because they're immune to it, and vice versa, you know. How's he going? Yeah, his health's nearly at full, so we can probably just get it going now. I like him when I confederate him because he's a cool lord, but his faction doesn't really interest me. I think that does Azag have normal Empire territory as green for him? I think that's like the cool thing about Azag if you want to conquer the Empire. Alright, let's knock these guys out. Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to keep it as a sack city? I don't think so. Azag's got some cool items and his skill line got buffed a lot. Yeah, he's got some cool items. His skill line got buffed a lot. He now gives you extra capacity for hag witches. So if you want to have lots of hag witches, that's cool. What unit does he still buff Biggins? Or is Biggins still his like go-to type of troop? Alright, so the saxoning is over.
My axe thirsts
Yeah, so on the whole like drop chance thing, have we confirmed whether the drop chance is reduced for non-legendary lords but not for legendary lords? Sorry.
Summon me if you dare. It is time.
So yeah, the reason why I stopped the Saxony is so that I could get replenishment on this army. Yeah, I should have been. I wasn't, because whenever I was up here, I was still tossing up whether or not we were going to go this way. And yeah, if we were, which we are, then we should have been potentially recruiting more troops.
For the wisdom of Valea. Time for a reckoning.
I don't know. Do you reckon we get 2640 if we go after Gorbad? Yeah, this side's a mess because normally what I might do is like occupy a bunch of this stuff and then sell it to Imric. But we can't sell it to Imric because we need to wipe him out so we can revive Helheim. But we could potentially take this and then sell it to Azul.
Vengeful Runelord!
My anger burns bright.
Casting the runes.
Getting out of here.
Anad? The Slayer in me seeks death. I'll cast the runes. Iron weld. My axe thirsts for war.
They can't globally recruit when they've got no settlements, can they? How does that work?
You daft git! Don't mess with me! What's your message?
That's weird. They've got like no settlements. How can they be recruiting? But this guy was just here with like an empty army before, right? How the fuck has he got like recruitment? What a massive douchebag.
Summon me if you dare. Is that Helgi construction I can say?
Mount Silver Spear's not the major faction, yeah. Not the major settlement.
One rug! I'll strangle them with my beard. Move in!
Master of runecraft. Iron will. Onward.
Aye! It's as good as done. Got. Let us begin.
No, should I run back up there and defend? Kind of sad they nerfed Demon Slayers by taking Siege Attacker away from them. Yeah.
Forwards. My axe thirsts for war.
Azag was fun before the rework. Haven't played him since. What did you like about him, Booklet? Like, what do you reckon's, like, what's the pros to playing a Azag campaign compared to other campaigns? Kind of feel like we could still take him if he attacked us right now. I need another 500 gold from my Gyro army. Alright, I might take the non-aggression with Zufbar.
Honor to your ancestors.
That'll probably make him not like me as much.
Welcome to my throng.
That's okay. Alright, cool. So we're all friends. We're all friends here. Cool. He's not, Sparkvar's still not at war with anybody. So this is cool. Like, he's kind of just hanging in there, which is good. And Rictus is not at war with anybody, so he's probably going to just attack me.
Now here, listen. This nest land
300 gold.
Who contends this?
I mean, sure. Gobad's not at war with anybody. He killed his starting enemy. Shit.
10 words. That's all you're getting.
Crap. Oh, man, Gobad's probably gonna declare war on me right now. Isn't there a minor dwarf hold in the mountains just west of Cathay? Yes, there is. Was that on our? That's Carrick Azorn, I think it is. I think that was on our list. Where's our list? I lost it now. It was like too far back in chat. Oh, here we go. Courtesy of Joe MC. Barakvar, Hellhind, Greybeard, Prospectors, Carrick Azorn, which is the one near Cathay, Carrick Azul, which is the one just south of me, Carrick Hearn, Carrick Norn, Carrick Ziflin, Spine of Sotek, and Zufbar. And there's one more faction, Karaka Drak, which doesn't start off on the map, but we can potentially bring him back to life later on. Gulvad might go for the rats or the other orcs. Yeah, hopefully. I'm just going to stay very quiet and just hope he attacks somebody else.
Then shall I hear thine words?
Ten words. That's all you're getting.
Alright, I'll get him to break his alliance, break his non-aggression pact
Chopper in the hand.
with Mutinous Gits.
What you want? Treaty pact? Betray me first.
And yeah, we'll get him to break his non-aggression pacts as well, so we can hopefully get him to go to war with somebody else.
What dost thou want, dwarf?
Actually, maybe we want him to keep his non-aggression pact with Avaland, because that's probably slowing down his that probably slows down his expansion. I'm just trying to break up as many peace agreements and stuff as I can between my enemies, so that they you know, divide and conquer kind of thing. More chance they'll attack each other and stuff as well. Alright, hopefully that'll help a little bit. Oh yeah, so I'm just going to make a list here of all of our targets. I don't know if they don't really fit on the screen. We can make it the roll of glory smaller. No, still can't. Okay, so these are, so yeah, so maybe I should put a line in the middle. Okay, so these are all the dwarf holds. Right, these are all the dwarf holds that we could potentially, what do you call it? Potentially get, all here. So Baragvar's still alive. Hellhind's probably dead already, if not soon. Prospector's probably okay. Karak Azorn's probably okay, but they'll get wiped out fairly soon. Karak Azul's still alive. Karak Hearn's still alive. Karak Norn's probably still alive, but they might not last long. Ziflin's probably still alive. Splinter Sotek's probably still alive. They'll probably eventually get wiped out. Zufbar's fine. And Krakadrak doesn't currently exist yet, but we can revive them. So yeah, I don't know. I could put crosses next to all the ones that are dead, and question marks next to the ones we don't have vision on. And what would be a good point? What would be a good marker for the ones that are like alive? Or, you know, yeah. So basically, we want like alive, dead, and question mark. So dead can be cross. Question mark can be dunno. But what would be a good symbol for yes? Maybe a 0, like noughts and crosses kind of thing. Or an O.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
Ancestor Dwarf Unit Card. What? Karak Azorn gets wrecked usually by Grimgor or Greases. Usually, yeah. Karak Azorn's pretty much always usually gets wiped out, but they don't. I don't think they usually get wiped out by like turn 5. They usually, maybe. I think they usually hang around for like at least like 8 to 10 turns, don't they? So that's what I was saying. They might still be alive, but yeah, they'll definitely be dead by the time we get there. Are you saying to represent the holds that are dead? It's got to be an ASCII symbol. Like, how am I gonna type ghosts fucking symbols and shit? Okay, so yeah, so basically what I'm thinking is we go Baragvar, alive, or maybe we should do it. So, yeah, Baragvar alive. Maybe I'll make him. Maybe make Greybeards shorter. Hellhind, well, if they're not dead yet, they will be soon. Greybeards, we don't know, question mark. Karak Azorn, question mark, but they're probably dead. They will be dead. They'll be dead by the time we get there for sure. Karak Azul would be alive. Karak Hearn would be alive. Well, they are alive. Karak Norn, I don't know if we've actually got vision on Karak Norn, but I would say they're probably alive now, but they probably won't be soon. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, so that's our scorecard. Wait, why is Cracker Drac like that? Okay. So yeah, so Barakvar's alive, Hellhind's so yeah, so we look over here, so yeah, Barakvar's alive, Hellhind's dead, Greybeard's dunno, Karakazon dunno, Azul dead, Azul alive, Karakon alive, Norn dunno, Splanet dunno, Zulfbar alive, Cracker Drac currently dead. Alright, so that's our scorecard at the moment.
For the wisdom of Valea. Good. Grimnir's axe. Shut your trap, shortlegs. I ain't...
Okay, so Grimgor still hasn't gone to war with anybody yet. That's good.
Time for a reckoning. It is time. Onward! Aye, it will better our cause. Got Ben?
The council's voice. All hail, horned rat.
Okay,
Armed and ready.
Ready.
should I occupy with Thorgrim, or we should probably keep moving with Thorgrim, shouldn't we?
What do you want? I suppose so. Heading out.
I do. I'm off. Got then. What? Yes.
Oh, there was a secret,
For the Karazhan cause.
there's like a secret army inside. Okay, that's cool, I guess.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
I don't think the back army's in.
What?
Rudlot. For the wisdom of Valea.
I'll cast the runes. Armed and ready.
Ready, axes.
We'll switch the Iron Warden's tankard back to Thorgrim. Tom can have the toughness potion. Excuse me.
Drang them. We mark another.
So he's got 6 menace belows. That's a lot of menace belows. And he's got plague, but not warp lightning. So that's something. Yeah, let's fight this manually. So if it's been asked, I'm assuming that you read Warhammer novels. What's your favorite? I don't know. I don't really. I just like consume them, like, you know what I mean? Like you just kind of consume them like potato chips or something addictive, you know, but they're not like I don't really think of them as like works of art, you know what I mean? They're like fast food, you know? Like I love them, but I don't like particularly, you know, hold up one of them as being like amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really analyze them in terms of quality or anything, you know what I mean? Like I don't read a book and then like I mean I don't read Warhammer books and be like, oh yes, that was my 10th, you know, that was in my top 10 or whatever, you know what I mean? Have you gotten caught up with the new Cathay law? Absolutely insane. Lawmaster of Sotek did a live stream about it. No, we were talking about it yesterday because I saw that Sotek did a live stream about it. But yeah, I don't give a shit about the Sotek law. Actually, weren't we talking about this yesterday? I think we were talking about this yesterday, and you said that you thought it was absolutely awesome, and I said I didn't give a shit about it. But I think it's like anything. Like once I know about it, like once I know what it is, maybe I will care about it. But it's like, yeah, it's like what am I trying to say? So the whole purpose of lore, like the whole reason why the lore or the storyline exists for Warhammer is so that you will care about the factions. Like the whole reason they made up the lore is so you'll buy miniatures, right? It's originally they make most of their money from Citadel miniatures, and the whole point of why there's a storyline and why there's a war game, you know, the whole reason that the war game even exists is so they can sell miniatures, right? It's the business is about selling miniatures. And so the whole purpose of the lore is to make you care about the little soldiers, like give them a story and a background and stuff like that. So it's like, so that's kind of, so the way it works is you read the lore first, and then that makes you care about it. But if you haven't read the lore, then you don't care about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's where I'm at now. I haven't, because I haven't read any of the lore, I don't know anything about it. Therefore, I don't give a shit about it. But once I know what the lore is, then maybe I will care about it. Yeah, it must have been somebody else. But yeah, because Cathay didn't really exist as a faction previously, and I've never read a single novel that like even mentioned Cathay. Like I've probably read like 50 Warhammer fantasy novels, and none of them mentioned Cathay at all, I don't think. Like maybe Cathay got mentioned once, like as a sideline or something in some storyline or whatever, but basically I've never even heard of Cathay like in Warhammer lore. So yeah, so you know, like there's lots of other Warhammer factions that I've got a lot of nostalgia for, but yeah, Cathay's not one of them. There's no nostalgia. Well, Cathay are completely new to me in Warhammer 3. They never existed as far as I was concerned before that. I might have heard of them. Definitely heard of Nippon. I don't think I'd heard of Koresh. I don't think I'd heard of Koresh or Cathay. I think I'd heard of, yeah, actually I'd heard of Ind. I'd heard of Ind and Nippon, but I don't think I'd ever heard of, oh no, I would have heard of Cathay. Yeah, actually I had heard of Cathay in reference to the ogres. Yeah. I don't think I'd ever heard of Koresh before. All right, so let's deal with their menace belows first. I would like some high ground, but
Range far, range fast. Miners.
we could set up over here maybe. It's not too late.
Dwarf warriors. Aye. For the Demon's Cron.
And that's cool. Even though they're all in a blob, it goes back to the original formation before I issued the attack order, because the attack order doesn't have a formation. So it still remembers, like if I do alt, and then click and drag, it keeps the formation. But yeah, so it was like keeping the formation from before I issued the attack order. So even though the attack order makes it into a blob, it still remembers the formation that it was in before you issued the attack order. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I feel like it's kind of cool.
Go! Ambience! By King Thorgrim Brooksbearer. Dwarf warriors! The clans unite!
Actually, I'm not sure if that was the same. Not sure if that was the same formation before.
Go! Come on! I'll do it! Axes out! The clans unite! Yes, laddie! Tazu!
Sigmar had sex with Miao Ying.
Killers! Off we
I thought that like they didn't even know about Cathay existing back in those times. Didn't Sigmar come from some like barbarian fucking Dark Ages time? I don't know how I feel about all this. I think I've changed my mind about this whole concept. Yeah, I don't think these guys are going to make it.
Strike out! War of vengeance! The might of Karazakarak! Nothing can stop us! Dwarf warriors! Move now! Hammerers! Long be it! War of vengeance! Scarf! That'll do! Kazakan, Kazakin, up! Charge! Kill him! Long be it! Let the vengeance begin! Nothing can stop us! Killers! Dive bomb! Strike out! It is a reckoning!
Oh, so Meow. So Meow went to the Empire. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I thought it was more like you're saying like Sigmar went over adventuring in Cathay or something.
Nothing can stop us. Move. Kill us. Blow through. Adu. Fly. As you command. Aye! The clans unite! There's nothing I can't fix! Bring them! Bring them down! Go! Put those dwarven legs! Charge! Range far! Range fast! Move!
Yeah, getting a
now!
bit stun locked like you were saying before.
Through! Move up! Nothing can stop us! Dino bomber! Strike out! Move! Kill Urks! Dino bomber! Go! Get moving! For the High King! Move now! Preparing bombing run! Blow through! Pursuit! Dino bomber! Move! Range far! Range fast! On the way! Right!
Oh, that was a bit of a...
For the ancestors!
That was a good play across the front there. I'll pay that one.
Strike out! Charge! Nothing can stop us! Go! Miners! They have wronged us! Kazu! Scoff! Oh, more dwarf and legs! Yeah! Shoot! Strike out! Come on! Right far, right fast! Dino bomber! Oh, have wronged us! Axes out! Anu! Charge! Shield bearers, hold!
So I feel like we're getting spread out too much now.
For the ancestor gods!
I'm not sure if it's still...
Honored! No! It is a reckoning! Now! War of vengeance! Move! Vengeance! Blow through! Blow through! Blow through! Dino bomber! Blow through!
I can hear him just blast that. A little bit of friendly fire, but not too bad.
We are relentless. Take aim. Vengeance. Turtle bomber. Yeah!
Good plague.
For the ancestors.
Not plague,
We demand
what's it called?
blood.
Stream of, what's it called? Pestilent breath, yeah.
Yes! Off we go! Fire! Reload! Fire! Fight! Move to attack! Axes out! Valaya, bless our aim! Fire on the foe! Aye! Range fire! Range blast! Turtle bomber! Shoot! Vengeance! Die,
Alright,
boy.
nice. As far as Sotek explained it, Sigmar went to different realms of men to solidify alliances between them and his own. The way you usually do it, that is to breed with the highest female there. Okay.
For the ancestors! Targets, Lord! Aye, yes! No shoddy contraptions here!
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of, I don't know. On the one hand, I think like a part of me is a little bit like, I don't like that, you know, they've gone back and like inserted, you know, like inserted Cathay in, because like, you know, like in a way, I sort of don't like that they've gone back and like tried to like insert Cathay into lore where Cathay didn't exist before. You know what I mean? Like Cathay, like in the older lore, Cathay was always just kind of a place that's really far away, that's like not really relevant to, you know, Warhammer kind of thing, except for in certain instances, you know. And then I think when the ogres got more developed as their own faction, the ogre kingdoms and stuff, that's kind of when Cathay got a bit more lore about in their relationship with the ogres. But like now it sounds like they've kind of tried to insert Cathay into all of this ancient lore of the Empire and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, I'm not sure if I like that or not. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, that's obviously what you would want to do. Like if you want to make the Cathayan miniatures relevant to a larger segment of the player base, then yeah, the obvious thing to do is to write lore about it and then insert that into all the other lore that people already care about, so that people then, like, you know. So it kind of makes sense from that point of view.
Aye, King Thorgrim Grudgebearer.
Nagash is the reason why the Celestial Dragon went into solitude. He realized that he had to get more powerful after he saw what happened in Nehekara. Nice.
They have wronged us! Go! Move! We are relentless! Turtle bomber! Nothing can stop us!
I had a bit of an epiphany about the other day. I was watching, I was rewatching actually Marco Polo. I just wanted some, like, you know, trashy TV to watch that was, you know, had warriors in it and shit. You know that kind of thing. Just some kind of genre fiction to, you know, like a not necessarily meant to be something really challenging or high quality or anything, but just, you know, just something fun to watch or whatever, basically. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, Marco Polo, it's all about Kublai Khan and the Mongol Chinese Empire and stuff. But it's not like pseudo historical fiction. Like, it's not really a historical show per se. But anyway, I was just yeah, I don't really recommend it as like a high quality show, but if you're looking for something that's kind of trashy but kind of fun, it's kind of cool. But anyway, I was watching Marco Polo, and should I do sack maybe? I'm not sure if I should sack or finish my story. I was watching Marco Polo anyway, and I just had this kind of epiphany that, because I'm really into Warhammer Fantasy, right? Into the lore and everything. I'm not so much really into the macro political and historical shit though. I'm more like Warhammer as a backdrop for like adventures and stuff. So like I like the Gotrek and Felix books. And I like you know, like the Black Hearts novels and the even like the Empire ones and stuff, like the Empire Ambassador ones that do get into a bit more politics and stuff. It's not really about like I don't know. It's like the depth of the world provides a backdrop that feels kind of good. Like it feels like legitimate, I guess, because it's there's so much of it, so much background. But it's not really like I really care that much about. I don't really care that much about the history of the world and all that sort of stuff. I just care that it exists, you know, so that the world is more kind of real. If you get what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, but yeah, I was watching Marco Polo, and there's all these little details about Mongolian society in it. Like I don't know, at one point they have a wedding, and there's like a wedding ceremony that's, you know, different from other wedding ceremonies I've seen, presumably because it was like inspired by ancient Mongol wedding things, or maybe it's completely made up, who knows. But I don't know anything about Mongol history really. And you know, and there was like some Mongol wrestling. There's quite a bit of Mongol wrestling in the series, and there is like, I know from other stuff that there is like a specific type of wrestling that is traditional Mongolian wrestling, and like just the clothing and everything, and like and different little like traditions that get mentioned and everything. And I guess the point of it was like that I just kind of had this epiphany that like history is like, you know, like Warhammer, like Lord of the Rings was like the original kind of one that people recognize, like such a in detail world, like really gives you that feeling of like the world's kind of real, you know. And Warhammer and Star Wars and stuff like that also have that like huge amount of depth to the world. But I guess I just had that epiphany that like history is like the best background, because it's like infinitely detailed. Like it doesn't matter how much detail you have, like you could always like delve deeper, and there's like more detail to everything, you know. And even to the point where you can't even delve any deeper, but there was still more stuff. You just can't find it because it's like the records are gone now, but you know, there was like millions of people alive at that time doing all kinds of stuff, you know. And yeah, I don't know, I was just thinking how as a background for like fantasy / pseudo historical fantasy fiction, basically, yeah, the history is like the best backdrop because there's like so much richness to it, you know.
Armed and ready.
They don't have any giants or dragons though, so that is a bit of a weakness.
Retake the realms. Summon me if
So yeah, so I'm sort of thinking we could,
onward.
if I put him inside the settlement,
Sure.
like see if I move there, he can hit that next turn, apparently. We probably maybe don't want to. Like it might be too strong for us,
Summon me
but
if you dare. Beards in belts.
you're gonna jump from there.
Onto glory.
There?
For the ancestors.
I don't know, maybe.
You're not rotted yet!
He did siege it. It'd be cool if you could get the growth buff on the garrison. But yeah, but you can't. I think none of our Grungni lords. Oh yeah, our Grungni lords are back. Put a Grungni lord there and save 15% on that.
What?
I think one part of the appeal of fantasy is that because it's not real, you can have a sufficient detachment from the actual human suffering prevalent through history. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like with Warhammer and 40k, like part of it is like, yeah, I suppose so. I suppose there is a detachment. Like it's still like you're kind of like in some perverse way kind of enjoying the hecticness of it all. But there is a detachment there that makes it not be also real.
For the wisdom of Valea. Good. Grimnir's axe thirsts.
For Karazankor, master of runecraft. If you say so, beardling.
So yeah, so with the dwarf engineer, you don't have to choose. You can get flash bomb regardless of whether you go shotgun or sniper rifle. But and having some stalking engineers with a bunch of gyrocopters, I guess, is cool. But no.
The axe thirsts for war.
Through some.
Lord of Clan Morgrim. If you say so, beardling.